Good morning kids, I'm Teacher Lance and I'll be your teacher for today and for the rest of the semester. Today we're going to study mathematics and the topic that we will discuss will be arranging numbers. So today we're going to learn how to arrange number from the smallest to the biggest and then from the biggest to the smallest. Okay, so let's begin. There are two ways of arranging numbers. The first one is the ascending order and the second one is the descending order. When you say ascending order, we're going to arrange from the smallest number to the biggest number. Okay, as you can see in the screen, it began from the smallest to the biggest. So we're going to do like this. It will be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. As you can see, 1 is the smallest and then followed by 2, 3, 4, and 5, having 5 as the biggest number. Okay, so now we're going to descending order. When you say descending order, we will be arranging number from the biggest to the smallest. As you can see in the picture or in the clip, it begins from the top and then down to the bottom. So that's how it works. In descending order, instead of writing numbers from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we will begin from 5 and then 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay? So we're going to do the opposite. We will begin from the biggest number and then up to the lowest number. Okay, here for the first example, we are going to arrange the following numbers. So what are those numbers? They are 2, 8, and 5. Okay, so let's try to arrange the following numbers. Okay, what are we going to do first in order to arrange the following numbers? Of course, we will have to compare first the first two given numbers, which are 2 and 8. So we're going to compare 2 and 8. Which is the bigger number? Is it the 2 or 8? So let's find out. Okay, here 2 is smaller than 8. Therefore, we're going to write 2 first because we're going to arrange it in ascending order. So 2 first and then the remaining numbers will be 8 and 5. Okay, so let's compare 8 and 5. Is 8 bigger than 5 or is it smaller than 5? Okay, to find it out, let's go. Okay, so we found out that 8 is greater than 5. And since 8 is greater than 5, we're going to write 5 first because we are arranging it from the smallest to the biggest. Okay, so now we only have the last number, which is number 8. So therefore, we're just going to write down the remaining number, which is number 8. Okay, so 285 can be written in ascending order as 258, and then it can be written in descending order as 852. Okay, remember when we are arranging number from in ascending order, we're going to write it from the smallest to the biggest. Okay, 258. And then if we are going to arrange the numbers in descending order, we're going to arrange it from the biggest to the smallest. In this case, we have 8, 5, and then 2. Okay? So let's go to the activity. Here we are going to color the blocks to represent the numbers from 1 to 10 horizontally or vertically. Okay, so this is how the graph looks like. Okay, this is my example, but you can also make your own. As we can see here, we have one green horizontally, one green, and then two squares, two green squares, three green squares, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9, and lastly we have 10. So this is how my graph looks like. As we can observe, okay, look at this one. It looks like a falling down graph, right? So you can also design your own. And also you can do like this too. Okay, so what did we observe from the chart? Okay, I smaller the chart so that we can see the observation that we had. Here we have the observation that from the chart, the number of colored blocks increases by 1 horizontally from 1 to 10, right? As we can see here, it increases horizontally from the top to the bottom. Okay, the number of colored blocks decreases by 1 as we count them vertically from 10 to 1. If we are going to start, okay, from left to right vertically, we can see that the number of colored blocks decreases from 10 to 1. Look at this one. It's going to be 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So that is what it looked like. So let's go and learn more. We're going to arrange the numbers in ascending order. So what is ascending order again, kids? We're going to begin from the smallest number to the biggest number, okay? So let's go. Here we have 0 to 1. So how are we going to arrange them in ascending order? Of course, we are going to find out first which is the smallest number. And here, the smallest number is 0. So we're going to write 0. And then we have the remaining numbers 2 and 1. So how are we going to find out which is the next number? Here, what we're going to do is to pick the smaller number from the remaining numbers, which are 2 and 1. Okay, so which is the smaller number between the two? Is it 2 or 1? Good job. The correct answer is 1, because 1 is smaller than 2. And since we only have one number left, which is number 2, we're just going to write it down to the last number. Okay, so our order will be 0, 1, 2. Okay, very good, kids. So now we can go to our number 2, which in this case is 7, 9, and then 8. Okay, so how are we going to know which is the first number that we should write? So of course, we will begin with the smallest number. So kids, what do you think is the smallest number between the three of them? Good job. The correct answer is number 7. So we're going to write down 7, okay? And then we're going to compare 9 and 8, which is the smaller number between them. Very good. The smaller number is number 8, okay? And since we only have one number left, we're just going to write it down to the last part, okay? So that is our order for today. That is our numbers that we fixed or that we arranged in ascending order. So the smallest is 7, followed by 8, and then lastly 9, okay? So let's go to number 3. Here we have the numbers 6, 2, and 4. Okay, so we're going to find out which is the smallest number. So kids, what do you think is the smallest number between the three? Good job. The correct answer is number 2. 2 is the smallest number of them, okay? And then what about in 6 and 4? Which is the smaller number? Good job. The correct answer is 4. And then since we only have one number left, we're just going to write it down to the last part, okay? It's easy, right? I know you can do it, okay? So now let's go to the next one. For the number 4, we have 10, 5, and 3. We're going to write down the smallest number, which in this case is 3. And then followed by, which is smaller number, is it 10 or 5? We're going to decide. Good job, very good answer, kids. The correct answer is 5. And then, the last number that we have is 10. Okay. So now we're going to have another activity. Here we're going to arrange the numbers in descending order. Okay? A while ago, what we did was to arrange the numbers in ascending order, or from the smallest to the biggest. but now we're going to arrange the numbers from the biggest to the smallest, and we call it descending order. Okay, so let's go to number 1. We have here 2, 0, and 3. So what are we going to do to find out what is the first number? Okay, here we're going to write the biggest number first, which is, what do you think? What is the biggest number in here? Of course, it is going to be 3, okay? And then we're going to compare 2 and 0, which is the bigger number of them. Good job, the bigger number is 2. And then, since the last number that we have is only 0, we're just going to put it on the last part, okay? So our order for here is 3, 2, 0. That is the numbers that are, those are the numbers that are arranged from the biggest to the smallest, or in descending order. So number 2, we're going to arrange the following numbers in descending order, or from the biggest to the smallest. We have the numbers 6, 9, and 5. So which is the biggest number? Very good. The biggest number is number 9. And then we're going to compare 6 and 5, which is the bigger number of them. Good job, it is 6. So we're going to write 6 down there, and then we only have 5, so we're just going to write 5 at the last part, okay? And then for the number 3, we have 2, 5, 7. So we're going to see which is the biggest number. Very good, the biggest number is 7. And which is bigger than 2 and 5? Which is bigger among 2 and 5? Very good, 5 is bigger than 2. And then we have only 2, so we're going to write down number 2. So in this case, we have 7, 5, 2, and we arranged it in descending order. So for the number 4, we have the numbers 1, 8, 4. Okay? So which is the biggest number of the 3? Very good. The biggest number is 8. Okay? And then, which is the bigger number between 1 and 4? Good job. It is number 4. And then we're going to have 1 as the last number because it is the smallest of them all. Alright, so since we already know how to arrange the numbers from the biggest to the smallest and from the smallest to the biggest, we are going to try to apply it in fruits or in objects, okay? So we're going to arrange the number of fruits in ascending order. Okay, so let's go. For the first example, okay, for this example, because it's only one, we have 4 oranges, 7 mangosteens, and 2 mangoes. We are going to arrange them in ascending order. So when you say ascending, what is it? Good job! It is from the smallest to the biggest. So here we have 2 as the smallest number. So we're going to write 2 mangoes. 2 is the smallest among them. So we have the first number, 2 mangoes. And then we only have 2 numbers. We have 4 oranges and 7 mangosteens. So we're going to compare them. Which is the smaller one? Good job! 4 oranges are fewer than 7 mangosteens. So we're going to write 4 oranges. Okay? And then 7 mangosteens, since it's the only number that is remaining, we're going to put it down on our book or write it down. So here we have the order, 2 mangoes and then 4 oranges and then lastly 7 mangosteens. Okay? Very good, kids. Alright, so for our next activity, we're going to write the number that is 1 greater than the number provided. We're going to write what? We're going to plus 1 to the number that is given. So here we have number 8. So what is 1 greater than number 8? Very good. We're just going to plus 1 on it. So 8 plus 1 equals 9. So we're going to write 9 on our book. Okay, so next one, 5, which is 1 bigger than 5. Very good. The answer is 6. So we're just going to write 6. And the next one, we have 0. So 0 plus 1 equals 1. Very good, kids. So here we have number 3. So 3 plus 1 equals, very good, it is 4. Very good. So now we're going to have another activity. We're going to write the number that is 1 smaller than the number provided. Remember, in the first part, we added 1, but now we're going to subtract 1 from the number that is provided. So for the first given, we have number 7. So how to find out what is 1 smaller than 7? We're going to subtract 1 from the given number. Okay? So 7 minus 1 equals 6. Very good. It's very easy. And next one, we have 3. So 3 minus 1. 3 minus 1 equals 2. So we're going to write 2 in it. Okay? Next one, 10. So 10 minus 1 equals 9. So we're going to write 9 on it. Next one, 1. 1 minus 1 equals 0. Very good, kids. So we're going to write 0 in it. Okay. Very good. So now we're going to do another activity. We're going to fill in the missing numbers. Okay? So we have here a group of numbers, and then we're going to fill the missing numbers on it. It's like a sequence of number. So let's go and try it. We have 0, 1, blank, blank, and 4. What do you think are the numbers that are missing there? Very good. The first number is 2, because 0, and then it will be 1, and then 2. So what do you think is next? What is this? Good job! It is 3. So now we have the full series of numbers from 0, 1, 2, and then 3, and then 4. Okay? So let's go to number 2. We have 5, blank, and then 7, and then blank, and then 9. So what do you think are the missing numbers? Very good. The first missing number is 6, because after 5, when we add 1, it will be 6. Okay, so we're going to write 6 and then 7. 7 is already given. So which is the next number? Good job. It will be 8. So we're going to write 8 on it. It's kind of easy, right? Very good, kids. So for the number 3, we have 4. And then it became 3. And then what do you think is the next one? Since we subtracted 1 from the 4 and make it 3, what do you think is the next number? Good job, it will be 2, because we will also subtract 1 from it. So it will be 2. And then what is the next number? It will be 1. Okay? And then followed by 0. So the numbers will be 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, very good. Next one, for the number 4, we have 6, and then a missing number, and then 4, and then a missing number, and then 2. So what do you think are the missing numbers? So let's find out. 6 became 4. Therefore, we're going to subtract from the number. So let's try to subtract. 6 minus 1 equals 5. So we're going to write 5 on it. And then it became 4. And then what do you think is the next number? Very good. We're just going to fold one finger and make it 3. So we're going to write 3 on it. So we have the series 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Good job. So for the number 5, we have blank, blank, 5, 6, and then 7. So what do you think are the missing numbers? So let's find out. as we can see, it is going to be increasing. So they added 1 and 1 up to the end. So what do you think is the missing number? Good job, it's going to be 3. And then, let's add 1 on it. 3 plus 1 equals 4. So it will be 4. So our series will be 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. Okay, so those are the numbers for number 5. Let's try for number 6. Oh, there's a lot of missing numbers. In here, we started from 0, and it became 1. And then what is the next number? Good job, it is 2. So we're going to write 2 in it. And what is the next number? 3. It is 3. So we're going to write 3, and then 4, and then 5, and then what? Very good, it will be 6. So let's write 6, and then what is next to 6? 7. It will be 7. And then 8, and then 9, and then 10. Okay, so that is the answer for number 6. And lastly, for the number 7. So for the last number, we will do like this. It will begin from 10, and then 9, and then what do you think is next to 9? Very good, we will put down one more finger, and it will be 8. And then, let's put one more finger down, and it will become 7. Very good. And then, it will be 6, 5, and then, what is the next number? Good job, it will be 4. Okay, so let's write 4. And then one more down. It will be 3. And then 2, 1, and 0. So we have the series of numbers from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. So that is all for today. I hope that you learned something from Teacher Lance, and also, I hope that you enjoyed this class. Thank you again and goodbye. Happy learning, kids!